So,
I certainly hope this is GOAT format. If I've been misinformed, I'm going to be very angry.
well, the two players on the table here doesn't look like GOAT format at the moment.
Just looks like a
as we
bunch
have
of
Joe
Dantes.
Vessia and Matt Vandenheuvel up. Maybe, do you think we could do it later on?
Did they lie to us?
They maybe lied to us.
Did they lie
We
to
might
us?
do this later on.
We have been lied
Because
to.
it's Joe Vessia,
Oh,
the
goodness.
owner, the part owner of the MVP Lounge. This is a family business versus Canada's hidden gem, Matt Vandenheuvel is going. They're going up against each other, and if I recall, this is Quilfort's, piloted by Joe Vessia, going up against Matt Vandenheuvel's Shaddoll Burning Abyss hybrid.
So now we just need to see Joe's deck list then. Okay, I apologize profusely because it seems like we're actually going to be covering around
Yeah,
6,
we
contrary
thought
to
we were
what
going
we've
to,
been
but
told.
apparently we're going to do this after all.
What I think might happen is that after round 6 concludes, they might give us the GOAT format while they're prepping for top 8.
Yeah, they could do that, and they could be the finals matchup.
Yeah, that's what I'm
happen
wondering.
at the time. So we apologize for that, but we do want to get at least one GOAT format match in there to stream for you guys today. So in the meantime, we're going to get Matt Vandenheuvel and Joe Vessia in here. Joe Vessia did top 8 the last YOCC Season 1 championships, and he also recently topped 8 the Oshawa Regional that just passed several weeks ago, as did Matt Vandenheuvel. Among other things that he's done, we don't need to go any more about what Matt's done. And here they are, these two great duels are battling out here today. Quilforts versus Burning Abyss Shaddoll. Well, it's not quite straight Burning Abyss, but Burning Abyss against Quilforts.
No,
In a
earlier
hybrid form.
Sorry. Earlier we saw Matt just decimate a Bujin player. Now, I don't think this matchup's going to be that easy. Joe is not a pushover.
Definitely not at all. He's no pushover here, and especially he's running Quilforts. This could be a big loss here for Matt if he's not careful.
Is this table 1 right now?
I don't know. Well, both players have rolled 7, so re-rolling. Matt rolls a 9. There's a 1, and just Joe says that I'm not rolling that second die. There's no point.
All right, and we're off
So,
to the races.
And Joe will start off the duel. There's the handshake. And here we are, folks. Round 6. Joe Vessia, Matt Vandenheuvel.
Final round of the day before we cut to top 8.
Let's get it on.
If these players are sitting at table 1, I think they both top cut no matter what. So the result of this match is essentially inconsequential.
It's mainly for seeding at best.
It's entertainment.
So Matt Vandenheuvel will start. He wants to go first, and he'll set a monster and ends. So there's the scout.
Is it a Shaddoll? Is it a Burning Abyss? We'll never know.
Yeah, we don't know. That's the beauty of it. And there's a set card. And Joe Vessia's going to pay 800 life points, and he's going to make the search.
And it's not going to get posed because Matt did not set any back row.
Yeah, not set a back row. Now he's to just aim. He just has to watch and watch.
I wonder how many Clifforts Matt's played today. Because since he had no testing against the deck. If this is his first one of the day and it takes a major upset and he takes the loss, I wonder how it'll feel.
Then he's going to have to wonder how he's going to have to contend with this, too.
Well, unless Joe has a sacrifice in his hand, I don't see it being a big issue. Because it looks like is he actually summoning? Okay, he's just adding it to his hand.
Hi, Richard Piper. I see you saying hi.
Oh. Oh.
Squamata.
With the chalice and the damage step to stop the effect. I don't think I would have burned that chalice right away, but unless he has no other... Because next turn he could have just searched another Clifford and used the
He
sacrifice.
could, and he
on
could have
that
back in
instead.
his deck, yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it was really necessary to at this point in time. So, but we'll see. We'll see what Joe has up his sleeve later on.
Apparently he has skill drain and emptiness set as well.
Two very dangerous cards
Yeah.
against Shaddolls, too.
If that's
Wow.
the case, this game is over before it started. It's like a
So
Christmas
Matt
present, just wrap it
making
up.
rather very linear plays, having to just set and do nothing else, while Joe just keeps trekking on with that. Oh, Scout. Oh,
I think Matt might be trying to telegraph that he actually doesn't have as much as he does.
no.
and
he
then
doesn't.
he's kind of waiting for a big turn to just kind of explode.
I'm almost willing to bet he has an Artifact Sanctum set.
Well, that's the way he plays. If he knows he's got a big push, he kind of stalls it out.
And there's the double trib.
Oh, is that a shell? So we got a double attacker with piercing.
And look at Joe, he's antsy.
Yeah.
Look at him.
He wants to.
He wants Adam.
Yeah.
Let him loose. Get him out of the cage.
He wants blood.
Ooh,
And he did
that's
not get
just enough to. That's just enough to disrupt him, throw him off his game a little bit. Yep.
That actually
The
goes
shot
to
must hit the
grave.
graveyard.
Yep,
Did not hit the field.
Not summoned properly.
And it will get the belly's bounce. And the scales of the pendulum are not set quite yet.
I don't think he intends to either. It looks like he has a second sacrifice in it. No, that's a summoner's art in his hand.
Yep, that is a summoner's art in his hand.
So he might be trying to set the scales to go for a big push. I like using that terminology. Set the scales. Sounds really epic. Yeah.
So start tuning up the band.
Have you seen anything of Arc 5 yet at all?
No, I have not
No,
actually.
It's neat.
Oh, and it looks like he's going to set the scales.
Oh, there he comes. All the machines coming out to play.
And just for a little, just a nice little poke.
Just a tap.
Just a 2,000 poke. No, more than that.
Slap on the wrist. Well, with warning already in play, like...
There's a tour guide.
There's gonna flip the emptiness? Or is he going to flip the skill drain?
Pick your poison.
Yeah, I think he's going to flip the skill drain.
Skill drain would be more beneficial in this
Yeah.
case. But it also depends if he wants... Yeah, so you're going to go with the vanities. In case of a typhoon.
Yeah.
And I can see why he does that. Because if he has a typhoon, he can just
Just
typhoon
chain
the
the skill
vanities.
drain, yeah.
He can typhoon the vanities.
Well, he has to chain into the vanities, yeah.
Just basically use that to draw out typhoon.
That is just drawing so dead right now. Looks like. Is this going to be another quick Clifford game as is the norm?
This could very well be. And Scout adds another. Now he just needs to somehow turn off his vanities. And he can just go...
Well, he can just play Summoner's Art.
And he does have Summoner's Art. Yeah,
Yeah,
he does. Is he going to turn it off? This is the real question.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
I've noticed that every single Clifford deck almost plays identical to each other.
Oh, no. And there's the skill drain. Oh, no. Ah, and he will... Oh, he equips it and attacks over. And Matt just does not want to see any more of this. He's done. And once again, yet again, a quick game. A quick game.
Always quick. Always quick.
Now, Matt Venn, he has always been undefeated in all the feature matches we've been giving him in this event and the last event, but he's not off to a good start here. So, what can he do to actually get out of this?
Well, he's got a suite of fairy winds coming in, likely. And then, that's like the only card I can really... maybe 3 MST as well. He's siding 3 MST.
Might help against the skill drain vanities.
Yeah, so I think what that's going to happen is he's going to bring both in, and then he's going to try to either burn Vessi out, or just try to make sure he eliminates all of his resources altogether.
Do you think the Vanities Fiend and the Monarch Stormfort could come in? I mean, yes, there's a skill drain out there, but if he can at least mitigate that skill drain with the other cards he's packing, he might be able to stand a chance.
I don't think he's going to bring in the Fiend just because skill drain is such a liability.
Oh.
And the fact that Joe also plays Chalice. And MST and Fairywind can't stop Chalice. And
No,
not
it can't.
only can Joe Chalice the Fiend itself, but he can also Chalice his monsters to get over it. So I think that Fiend is just going to be a dead card that's also going to be a liability in this match. Like, I mean, if Matt can get it off relatively early in a simplified game state with little cards, then he's likely to succeed. But if he gets it off early on in the game, where everyone still has like a full hand and a full board, it's not going to stick. And by the time he gets rid of it, he's going to burn so many resources to put it on the board in the first place.
Well, the painful thing was that Matt couldn't do anything to stop that Scout, and it got off successfully about 2 times before it actually before he actually got finished off. So. Matt's got to have something here to have an answer to that Scout, or else he's going to be in trouble really quick.
I think not maining the Typhoons for Matt is really setting him back.
It is because it's a very huge card right now against the Quill Force, and if he's not geared towards it, well, then that might spell him trouble for later on. I mean, that's one less game that he's most likely to win, and he needs every win he can get.
Oh, yeah. It just seems that he could have migrated those into the main deck and opened up 3 slots for other cards.
So let's see if Matt can recover from that and at least draw an out to that powerful opening that Joe was able to go and muster up against him. I mean, it was just disastrous for Matt right from the start. No real spell and trap cards to be able to protect himself. Just the lone warning, and he must have had a handful of monsters that just couldn't do anything for him.
The other question is, does Matt go first or second?
And that's a good question, too. At the same time, though, he doesn't want to let Joe to be able to search with Sky and the scout. And there's so many ways to get that scout out.
But if he goes first, he needs to open an MST.
He needs to open well.
Or at least like a way to deal with that scout. Just to throw Joe's game off and ruin his tempo.
Just to start with fewer cards.
Yeah, it's really detrimental.
It's really difficult now.
What do you think of this rule change?
I don't mind it. I'd love to accept it, but I still kind of wish it stayed. So it stayed back at 6 cards to draw 1. I liked it like that. I mean, advantage comes at a huge premium in this game. And, to kind of short stack somebody just like that, it's hard.
Like, there have been games I've won even though I've started with the 5, but I still feel that, like you said, advantage is a premium. And the fact that I'm getting 1 less card and that if that 6th card could have been the card that helped me win the game.
Exactly, because a lot of decks rely on that 6th card, too, to get the ball rolling here. So Matt's going to start off pretty typical.
For anyone, Dante, probably.
Tour guide.
Yeah.
Scarm for Dante. Out goes the Scarm. And he's going to mill 3. Squamata.
Unfortunately,
No, he just milled 1. He just milled 1.
Unfortunately for Dante, this is a cost.
Yes,
so none of the Shaddolls will trigger.
No Shaddoll. And then end phase, presumably a
Scarm.
Curie Bandit. Scarm is going to get a Curie Bandit.
He might actually get another tour guide so we can start putting pressure on Joe. Because oh no, he's going to go for the bandit.
He wants that gamble.
Yeah.
And 25 is hard to get over defensively. So Joe might be.
Now, if he's got a back row disruption back there, he's laughing.
Yeah. So let's start. Joe's going to start with the Summoner's Heart as normal, as per usual.
It's to be expected now.
For the scout.
I don't think Summoner's Art should have been allowed you to search something like that.
Oh my god.
I don't think being a pendulum monster allows you to be a normal monster.
Yeah, it really doesn't. So he pays 800, and Matt
There
does
it is.
indeed have a counter. So what now?
Can't see the rest of Joe's hand, but I think he's still in this. He's still got plays.
He looks like he still has a lot of work to play with. So he'll summon the carrier. And now what?
Does he have Sacrifice? Does he have Chalice? Does he have... He really gains nothing from this exchange killing Dante because it'll just put Matt further ahead.
No, he definitely has to follow up with this.
Yeah.
But what?
Also, he's got the Sacrifice.
So he will sacrifice, and he'll set it back, and he'll pass. So Matt is able to just buy himself a turn and stymie Joe for the meantime. Until then, let's see what Matt has up his sleeve and see if he can do something. So he'll summon the Curry Bandit. Go right to end phase. And
Yeah, here we go. Okay.
Curry Bandit. Shaddoll Fusion.
Seer, Graph. Oh, and Shadow Games. That's a tough choice. What would you take?
Oh, he's going to go with the Shaddoll Fusion. Not Sinister Shadow Games.
And
but
both of those Burning Abyss were going to stick.
I guess he wants the speed, yeah.
Because Dante's on board. Wow. The odds of that working out in his favor.
Special summon, Seer, and Graph. So he's going to get 2 Scarms.
2 Scarms.
He's going to bank that.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to take down both of them. And it's a decent gamble.
Well, solid 2K defense. Joe's, I mean, they're 2,100 the carrier right now.
Yep. And he almost have to take one out or else he's going to be able to do something with it. So he's got a Typhoon and it's a bottomless trap. That's going to hurt. And oh no.
Another Summoner's Art. Not only is this deck explosive, it's also consistent as heck.
Yeah, because we have 3 summoners out there just searches. It's crazy. And here it comes.
Is he going to get the disc? To just to clear his board?
Oh, he could very well.
Because he's got the double tribute lined up with sacrifice.
He does have no tribute.
There it is.
That's
Yep.
exactly what he's getting.
And he's going to clear both Skarms in one turn. How many cards does Matt have in hand now?
No.
Not very many. It's hard to tell. Yeah, he is not pleased. That end phase Typhoon was too strong.
Oh boy. And he will get that disc after all.
Oh boy. This is going to be a big turn for Joe.
Oh no. And he tributes for the disc.
There it is.
Disc activates.
And sacrifice activates.
Oh
as
no.
well. It's gonna- If he can set up his scale here too.
And he probably will.
Yeah.
Bounces that Dante
Oh man.
with
He can't take all 8,000 life points, but he can certainly do a heck of a...
Oh, he can definitely dish out a lot.
He
Because
could
here comes
dent
2.
it.
Here comes a Helix, and what looks to be another. Looks to be a
Double helix.
Double
I think.
Helix, yeah. And remember, he still hasn't used his pendulums. He hasn't pendulum something yet. He hasn't
No.
built the scales yet, but
Well,
certainly.
he doesn't need to yet. I think he'll do that next turn and just finish
But
Matt off.
he's adding a quill off with that with sacrifice right
Yeah.
now, so he can definitely build the scales and go off. I wonder if he's going to exceed summon and do something, and then pendulum summon afterwards.
Well, he might... Well, left the helix. Are they 6?
They are 6.
I think he'd rather them die in the end phase so he can get more monsters out of his pendulum summon.
I mean, he could go to M7, bounce 1, and then pendulum summon the rest. No, he's going to go double. He's going to swing twice. You just say screw it.
I was thinking he might even try to make something like Bouncer. Because if Matt might be forced to search a tour guide off this Skarm.
Well, first of all, he wants to at least swing because
Yeah.
Photon Strike Bowser cannot affect Scar.
Yeah, no. I meant like in main phase 2. For
Oh
example.
yeah, absolutely he could.
No, he's just gonna let them die.
Let him
Okay,
die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he just wants to make sure he has fodder for when he's finally ready to set
yeah,
those
because
scales.
he hasn't built the scales yet. So
He didn't decide to kill the last Skarm.
he didn't, which is
I wonder why.
which is odd. Unless he couldn't have.
Oh no, because they were too weak.
18. They
Yeah,
couldn't.
they were too weak.
But
So you just used disc to
yes,
kill the.
but it was a good idea that he did had to attack it, or else he could have exceeded into it and made a much better play. So
Yeah.
it was a sacrifice he had to take, but yes, it wasn't much better that he had to do that. So looks like he's gonna special summon what looks to be the dog.
Graph. So he's locked out of Graph's effect this turn.
Not that he cares that much because he can at least use Skarm's effect this turn, and I think that's what he's looking at.
He still has way too many cards in his hand. Oh my goodness.
So Joe's at 62, while Matt's at 8,000, but Matt is clearly having his back against the wall right now. And you got to wonder, what is he going to do to get out of the situation? It's really tough for him.
The problem with the Burning Abyss is that they have a very low attack cap. They can deal with like 3k, and that's Acid Golem. And Acid Golem without a skill drain on board is very risky.
Yep.
Other than that, he has to be forced to make a fusion. And the only fusion that can get over disc right now is Construct. And
So
it doesn't look like he has the means to do
No.
so.
So he decides indeed to go to Dante.
No.
Probably might be the best move just to play defensively. And so there's a Shaddoll fusion.
I was
Now
going to say,
what?
will he make a downer?
Oh,
no.
wow.
Okay.
So he's going to go right to the Construct.
Yep. And that was his only out.
Yep.
But doing so puts disc back in the extra deck, which just loads Joe even further.
Yep. And he's going to get a Graph, and he's going to get a Beast, and he's going to the Graph and Beast off, too, with the Construct. So he's
And
got
Joe-
several effects coming out. So he's going to be able to replenish himself, and he's probably going to be able to take out that disc.
Yeah, but see, Joe still has Scout, and if Scout can search him the other half of his scale,
Yep.
he's just going to go to town.
But probably not, though. He can dump because Construct can dump a dragon and take out that Scout.
That's true, that's true. But I think he has another Summoner's Art in his hand, doesn't he?
But but the problem is now he only has one card in his hand. So he's now trying to assume control. And so he's got to hope that He has 2 pendulum scales. No, it looks like he has 2 cards on hand.
Yeah, I thought he had 3 actually.
Well, maybe he does. It's hard to tell right now, but
They're not playing
now,
to accommodate our view.
yes, at least he has 2 cards in his hand. And wouldn't Joe love to build his scales right now?
He's got 3 in hand right now.
No, he does have 3 in his hand. Ooh.
Matt's certainly trying to cut off all of his options, though. He's trying to make sure that if he can't win this game, at least Joe can't win it either.
It's like, I'm going to make you work for those victories.
Yeah,
I'm not going down without a fight. Matt's got some resilience in him, and he's definitely a tough cookie. But I just got to figure out, how am I going to get myself out of this mess? And Matt's still contemplating, what is he going to do? So here comes a mathematician now. With Falco. He's just setting up his defenses, hoping that he can just fend off another attack.
It's hard to believe that despite every card that was summoned this turn, he still had normal summoned.
It is true. There you go, he rams it in, takes Shaddoll Fusion back, and swing 15. With a Falco set, so he can withstand some attacks. Oh, man.
See.
Oh, the look on Matt's face.
Oh, does that mean he's already got the other half? Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah, see, I knew he already had a Summoner's Art in his hand.
That face just tells all, folks.
Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. Oh, he's going for towers.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Does he have it?
Oh, no.
No, if he can set his scale, he has towers.
He's got to have the scale.
He's got it. He's got
going
it.
for
There it
towers.
is.
He
No.
has to have the scales.
Wait. There it is.
There it is.
And he's going to get...
Let the symphony begin.
Oh, my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, here come the pretzels.
And he's going to get to bounce both monsters back.
Here they come. Oh, my God. Tribute
Oh,
all off.
Disgusting.
Here comes. Oh, no.
Have a wonderful stay at Apocalypse Fort Towers.
This is not where you want to be at.
Ooh, it's the second time we've seen this on stream, and it's just been destroying.
The
when it
second
gets
time
done.
we've seen towers out, and what out do you have to take out down that towers?
I don't even think he does. No, because Construct activates, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, my goodness.
Construct does activate.
Oh.
So Construct is not an out.
Now, we're not sure what the ruling is on Stormforth versus Towers, but I'm wondering if Matt even brought them in the first place.
Either way, this is clearly something that Matt did not want to see. I think his hopes of victory may all be but lost in this round. So he'll grant him a draw.
Did Joe just have a field full of helixes?
No, I don't believe so.
I thought he had a couple carriers because he didn't bounce any monsters.
He takes not 15. He takes does he take a little more than 15?
Takes Towers is 3K, right?
It's 3K, but I can't remember if that's the carriers.
And then Mathematician loses 3K.
Yeah,
300.
300. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So it should be at 62. So Matt is clearly stymied by the towers here, wondering, how am I going to get out of this? What do I have to beat over this monster?
His only out would be like to summon a Star Eater, but he doesn't even play it.
No, because, yeah, they wouldn't traditionally run Star Eater. And Leo's not enough to beat it over.
No, Because Leo would lose the 300.
Yeah, exactly.
At least Star Eater, when it attacks, it's unaffected, so it'll
Yeah.
go back up. I know some Shaddoll players were starting to play Star Eater instead, just because this was a threat.
Although a little more difficult to assemble.
Yeah. If Falco was only one level more.
If only.
Yeah,
Then again, we wouldn't have the menacing Leo plays they're going to make.
that's true.
And Matt is just wondering, oh man, what am I going to do?
And look at Joe's face. He is lit up.
He's lit up, of course not.
He's
He's got practically a card that's unstoppable.
He has no fear, not a care in the world. I am surprised that Towers was only a rare. Not gonna lie, I thought it'd at least be a super.
So, yeah, or even it's even secret rare, to be honest. But it is a rare, and Matt's just playing defensive as he should. That's kind of the only way he can get out of the situation. And I think the one card out to this is a Cyber Dragon.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the one card out that I can only think of offhand to take out the Towers. Is a blasted Cyber Dragon.
It's funny because Cyber Dragon can't work with the pendulums, but the only monster that'll work with is Towers.
Yeah, so it's pretty much useless except for this.
Yeah,
one
this
little-
one situation. Yeah.
So he's gonna Shaddoll Fusion. Maybe I don't know what he's gonna try to do with this. I would definitely special some of that in defense there if you're gonna do that.
He's not even. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I was gonna say he's not playing Raigeki, but Towers is unaffected by it regardless. So it's fine. I think the only way he can win is if he forces Joe into a skill drain. But I think since Towers was face up first, it's still going to be unaffected by skill drain.
Yeah, he wouldn't be affected. He wouldn't be affected by skill drain in that case.
Yeah. So I think right now he's just stalling in the hopes that Joe might deck out or something.
That might be the
But-
only strategy he could do. But you got to remember his Matt's deck and cycles through pretty quickly. So
Yeah, but looking at his list, he has no way out of this.
I don't think so. It doesn't look like it.
He's just fighting a losing battle at this point. I don't know what he's hoping to find.
It seems as like his only way out of this is to have Joe deck out. But I don't see how you do this.
Well, Joe has cycled through his deck quite a bit between the Summoner's Arts and the multiple Scout searches, but if Matt does this, he's going to drag them into time and probably force a draw.
That's probably his best bet because he is in the lead by a decent amount.
But Joe can just keep attacking every single turn.
And he can, and eventually
Yeah.
he will build his pendulum scales again, and he will be able to strike over.
Yeah.
So it's a very difficult strategy that he has to use.
It seems like Matt's only playing cards now for the sake of playing cards.
Well, yes, he does have two ways to win this. He can try to deck him out, or he can try to defend. Oh.
What level is Shekinaga? Is it 10?
No, it's not. It could be
Actually,
9.
I think
9.
Oh, because I was gonna say no. Shekinaga
It was
it's the
10.
same level because
It was-
Towers is on her art. I think because I think it's like she takes control of it. Because if he can make a Shekinaga and sit on that, that would probably win him the game by deck out.
But it also wears down to the defense too.
It's 3,200 defense.
3,200.
I think so.
Yeah, but even then, 300 defense down.
Yeah. Oh no, it lowers the defense too.
I believe it does attack.
Oh,
and
shoot.
defense. I
Okay,
think
never
it's
mind.
The tower's effect that is able to take it down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think Matt just scooped. Yeah, he scooped in a fit of rage.
hasn't quite scooped yet, but there's a fairy wind. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. And he attacks the construct. It will get back Shaddoll Fusion.
I haven't seen an El Shaddoll fusion yet from Matt, but at
Well,
this
we have
point, I don't
not.
think it matters.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't.
See, if he plans to deck out Joe, Joe's not helping himself right now. Well, that's the trampolines.
Good Lord, what has Yu-Gi-Oh become to see a monster like this?
I think Towers is going a little too far. Like, not being affected by spells and traps, that's fine. But giving it the stipulation that levels and ranks lower than it, activated effects could not affect it, I think that's taking it a little too far. Matt needs to summon a Night Dragolich.
He's going to play another Shaddoll Fusion. For what now? He's fiddling with his cards. It's a glow-up bulb. And I
There's
couldn't
the
make up
Shekinaga.
Shekinaga, there it is. And the Falco.
He's going to bring it. He's just walling up as much as he can.
And that's the best strategy he can do.
He's looping Dante's and Sears together, which is always a good play.
Basically build the scales. Uh-oh. That was a set Shadow Mirror.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, Shekinaga will still be able to activate it. That's the cool thing about all these new colorful fusions coming out. That Shadow Mirror can't touch them because they're not light nor dark.
Let's Shaddolls have a better chance against them, the Shadow Mirrors.
Yeah. Joe is still just so excited. He knows this is over. He knows he just needs to wait Matt out.
Oh, Shadow Mirror goes down. Hedgehog. Strangely, he's got to actually flip the Hedgehog.
He's attempting to fuse with it right away, I think. Oh, there's Glow Up. For Armory Arm. Oh!
What? Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
Are we actually seeing this? Good Lord. You cannot believe that. What is this?
You can't write stories like this.
Am I just witnessing? Oh my God!
Wow!
Matt Vandenheuvel able to beat over the Apocalypse Towers using Armory Arm. Good Lord!
Dealing
We just witnessed the towers go down, which seemingly had no out to, and he had it. Good Lord! Wow!
Oh wow!
I can't believe we actually overlooked that.
I think it's mostly because we never saw him have the option.
No, we don't naturally see an Armory Arm be played in Shaddolls, but here we are, just having it, and it beat over to the towers.
I cannot believe that.
I cannot believe this myself. I cannot believe that this had just happened. Good Lord.
He's pushing it into a third game. Now, I don't think Joe's going to stand for this, and I think he's going to make this as ruthless and painful as possible.
If I was Joe, I would not be happy right now.
I think he kind of jumped the shark with Towers.
Maybe.
It wasn't a play he necessarily had to make, but it was a play he kind of made for style points that he thought would kind of...
But he couldn't get it done. No.
Yeah, he thought that would win in the game, and when in reality, had he just continued to have a flu of pendulum summoning, he probably would have done much better.
Oh, my. He put all his eggs in one basket on the towers, and it actually failed. The Unstoppable just got taken down. Good Lord. How? An amazing move that nobody expected to come out of Matt Vandenheuvel, and he is able to conquer the towers.
With the master riding, no less.
Going into Game 3 of this match. Don't count out Matt Vandenheuvel yet. He is Canada's hidden gem, and he just showed you why.
Oh, man. I think we're running out of time in this round, too. I'll try to find it.
So here we are. We're going to start in Game 3 after a miraculous Game 2 as Matt Van Heuvel fought out of an Apocalypse Towers with Shaddoll Burning Abyss. Oh. He was able to come away with a victory. Wow. What a win for that. And what a huge win it would be if Matt Van Heuvel was able to pull one away against Joe Vessia. You don't count Matt Van Heuvel out. So, opening up Game 3, Joe is going to start with the Scout, and he's going to search for the cool sacrifice. The sacrifice. And he'll pay himself down to 7,200 life points. And that equip card is just disgusting, folks. There's the shuffle. Give it back.
This last call for anyone who has items that they wish to put in the auction.
Felix equipped with the cool sacrifice, set 2, and it's over to Matt. Matt's going to be in his turn. So what is he going to do with this daunting field? You got to say, if you were able to get over the towers, you've got to be feeling really good right now that anything you throw at me, I'm going to be able to beat it. You got to wonder what's running through Matt's mind right now, being able to get over that. Let's hope he doesn't lose focus and he's able to maintain his composure and be able to beat Joe Vessia and his Cool Force, which seemingly have been unstoppable all day. Matt looks like he might want to start a special summon here with one of his Burning Abyss. No, but he's going to start off with the Shaddoll Fusion. That's going to be let go. So it looks like it's a Squall Mata and a Skarm for the window. Let's activate those effects. So, and the Squall Mata is going to dump. Let's see. Activate Squall Mata. He's going to put... Look at Joe. He's just smiling over there. Like, man, I just got beat even though I had towers on. But he's just laughing it away. And a little bit of a sigh of relief on Matt's end that he's able to get over that. And it's tough to tell what he decided to dump there. I can't see because there's a huge glare in the way. So he sets 2 back row and he ends. I'm going to presume that was a beast that he put to the graveyard, but it's hard to tell. There's a huge glare. And he's going to end phase search with a Skarm. And he will switch out that Curry Bandit. And there's Joe. He's going to go with a Summoner's Art to start his turn. And he's backing off saying, is that okay? Matt's just thinking now. Well, maybe it's not okay. And Matt is just maybe slightly overwhelmed from all this and trying to figure out what is he going to do to take down this deck. And he's going to have to let it go. And almost reluctantly so. It doesn't seem like he was very happy to see that go.
Well, Matt can't really side any cards to stop this. Like, he can't really play a mistake. He can't really...
No, he really can. Well, the mistake really affects... it hurts the Burning Abyss and the Hedgehog. So, and here comes Tribute Summons for the Helix. And they changed the Sinister Shadow games. What a trap card that is for Shaddolls. What an amazing trap card.
Oh, it is not fair.
What the disgusting plays and the versatility that that card brings to the table. And the skilled players will be able to use that the best.
I'm glad it's at least a trap, though.
It definitely made it a lot better as a trap. And now it dumps the Skull Armada. Need to resolve the effect of Sacrifice. Gonna get a carrier. Cool for a carrier to hand. And let's see what follow-up Joe has. I'm gonna assume he's gotta have a follow-up to this. You can see Joe's kind of trembling a little bit. I don't know if his body language speaks for itself or not, but see. So he dumps the dragon and targets Joe's set and chained Mystical Space Typhoon.
Joe's trying to play with what seems to be a false authority almost.
No.
He's playing his cards very authoritatively, but it honestly seems that he doesn't actually have anything in reality.
And that Wing Blast might have set him back a little
Yeah,
farther.
that's going to hurt a lot.
And that's Seer. No, that Graph, sorry. Graph dumps special summons the Scarm. Scarm's automatically destroyed. And he's going to search himself either a Curry Bandit or a Tour Guide next turn. Probably a Curry Bandit because he can't fall under the window. But we'll see. It depends what he does. And he can make the pendulums summon here.
Well, he set his scales pretty early. He hasn't entered his battle phase yet, has he?
He is not.
No.
We're still in the main phase.
And if he pendulum summons multiple monsters, that still counts towards his one special summon of the turn.
It is. Oh, it counts as one special. The beauty of that. But it can also be a weakness if you have the card to counter it. And there it is. There's the pendulum.
Oh, and he forgets about Winda.
No, that's, yeah. You can't do it. Only one. Only one.
That's all you get. Everyone gets one.
That's all you get.
I think that's going to probably cost him the game. His miscalculation thinking that he could go ahead and
Make that
overlay, despite the fact that Winda's on the board.
Make that second special summon. There you go. And we just received word from the head judge that is time in the round. No. Oh, could that be the pendulum summon this was made?
Now Joe is going to be turn 0, and there's going to be 5 additional turns following. The player with the highest life after those 5 turns will be the victor. And then Matt is leading with a very narrow 1,600 point lead.
Joe is just taking his time. He doesn't know what to do.
When you're in time, you tend to play a lot differently.
It's true.
Because you need to make sure that every move counts.
The strategy changes up, and it's wincing visibly, and he's just stymied by what to do here. Oh, simple window is keeping him down. He's got to pass it up. So Matt Vandenheuvel is what we're presuming is going to be turn 1, and he's going to end phase search with the Scarm. It's probably going to be a Burning Abyss of some sort. He did get a Curry Bandit last turn. Yeah, so and he does. Because he wants to be able to special summon instead.
Does Matt have... Oh, he has a cards in his hand.
Yeah. And he does have a Curry Bandit in his hand. So he is indeed to start turn 1. So Matt is turn 1 of 5. And he's just going to quickly go into the battle phase and attack.
Oh, he's got
Forbidden
Chalice.
Oh, no.
As the Shaddoll fusion back.
Winda, and
Like 900 points damage.
now he's only up by 700, so let's hope he has a follow-up to this play.
Yep. All Joe has to do is close that gap within 4 more turns, and he can take the game. Otherwise, Matt will win this match.
Something Joe does not want happening. Especially with his cool forts.
Oh, Matt's thinking of summoning the Bandit.
He could. He might only have...
In time?
I don't know.
Seems a little risky.
He might only have one Burning Abyss in his hand, which I'm guessing why he can't special summon one.
Oh. Clearly flustered here. I wonder why Matt didn't search a tour guide. Oh, he already had one, that's why.
So he had tour guide.
Was he going to do wall up with the Dante?
He might have to, and then he can special summon. He has a graph in his hand right now.
Yeah, and you can switch summon that in defense mode.
Yep.
And then switch summon one of the scrimes from his grave with Seer.
Yes.
Okay, I see what. Oh! No, there's a fusion.
Or I could just say
Oh,
screw you.
they were summoned from the extra deck, so this activation is legal.
Pendulums, fine. That's from the extra deck. Good enough.
Who knew that this would be one of the applications for Shaddoll Fusion?
Yes. Oh no, but he's going to send it from the field of the graveyard. Dragon will pop. And Matt says, you're not tuning the band on my watch, and he's taking down that scout. You're not searching. You're not playing any music. No pendulums. No scale building. It's not happening. And there's the beast hitting the grave. He wants another draw.
By breaking Joe's scale, this is really going to put him in a tight spot. He either needs to top deck extremely well to finish the other side,
And this game is
or he'll just have to concede.
yeah, this game is being put wide open for Matt now.
Did he draw it?
Oh, look at it. He's got a chuckle on his face. He's smiling. Turn 2.
Well, see, now he could probably make a Pleiades here.
Oh, actually, he can't because he can't special summon.
Oh, that's right.
He can't
That's
special summon
right.
except for Cool Form
Yes.
Masters.
That is correct.
That's been something we've overlooked this entire time.
And yet he left to his extra deck regardless. If he does end up making a play, we will have to remind the players on the table.
If he's allowed to, if that is this even allowed?
What will Joe do? I really want to know what he drew. What is going on in his head?
He's just taking a lot of time right now, figuring out
Yeah.
what is he going to do. How am I going to get over this field? I need more quill forts, but I can't get them. And
Well, the gears are certainly turning. I think he drew a sacrifice.
it's something, but I don't know how much that's going to help him.
Oh? No.
No,
Oh, and Matt reminds him.
no, can't do it.
Oh, he did draw a sacrifice. Well, he can certainly attach it to one of his cliff arts and put them both into defense mode. But he'd still lose because he just can't break that 700 gap.
And he can because it's going to be destroyed in battle, and he
Yeah.
can't be destroyed by battle. So he left himself a wall, but at the same time, he's going to have a tough time being able to make that extra search. So he just decides to destroy the Dante, and he's probably going to.
Yeah, because unable to destroy by battle means nothing when against construct.
Yep. Search the graph. So search this card back in my hand. Pass it up. Turn 3.
Now we're in turn 3.
I think Matt gets last.
Yeah, Matt gets last
too.
attack, yeah.
So it pretty much boils down to this next turn here by Joe.
At this point, Matt can just afford to pass, I think.
He almost could.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not the optimum play, but he can indeed do that.
Well, Joe's top decking. He can't overlay into anything. He's not big enough to get over construct. Everything's coming up in Matt's favor at this point.
It really is at this point in time, and wow. What a turnaround this has become for Matt.
Matt's certainly taking his time here. Oh, oh.
What is the play that he's going to make here? We don't know yet. Still thinking about it, and he's just going to make an attack. The carrier looks like. Yep, and he does make an attack on the carrier. Out it goes, and he's going to normal summon that Curry Bandit. Sorry, in the main phase too, he's going to summon Curry Bandit. So there's revealed the 5 cards. Fairy Wind, Shaddoll Fusion, Mystical Space Typhoon, Phoenix Wind, Wind Blast. And I can't make it the last card, but it seems to be a monster. And it's a Globe Bomb. Ooh, wow. And you gotta wonder what card could he use to break out of this. But those are 5 nice cards, and even though he can't really use it, yeah, Shaddoll Fusion's probably his best bet. Yeah,
That was one heck of an excavate, that's for sure.
it was. Oh, and he's gonna go, and he's gonna play that Shaddoll Fusion on the end phase for the wind end defense mode. Interesting and peculiar. To get Shaddoll Fusion back, and special Dante. So this is Joe's last turn, as it's turn 4, and he
And a
just
scoop.
offers a scoop. He can't make that 700 difference, and wow, Matt Van Heuvel able to beat over a Towers, conquers it, and is able to escape with a match victory.
I believe that means that Matt's undefeated.
Yeah,
So he'll probably be first seed in top 8.
it looks to be that way. We're gonna